Jetske and Klaas Dreijer were full of hope and vision for a bright future when they married in 1939 in Friesland, a region to the north of the Netherlands. Just a year before the German invasion, little did the young couple suspect that they were to take an integral role in rescuing a number of Jews. Among them, a 4-year-old girl named Elsje and an adolescent boy named Joseph de Haan. After the fall of Amsterdam to the might of the Third Reich in a matter of 5 days, Joseph took cover in his neighbor's apartment. After several days, 2 men appeared from the Dutch underground. With his false ID card identifying him as Willem Walvis, Joseph decided to follow the men to Friesland, where he found refuge with a farmer. Joseph's feeling of safety was soon to end, however. Early one morning, the Germans struck. Like thieves in the night, they came in their trucks, rolling along the small country roads with their headlights switched off.
I woke up from the loud knocking on the window, and from the sound of the voices, I realized that the Germans were in the little village of Gedem, and I must get out quick. I rushed out of the back door into the darkness.
Taking flight, Joseph ran as far as he could in the complete darkness that shrouded the night like a thick fog. Joseph soon met Appie Rijksman, another Jewish boy who escaped the roundup. Soon afterward, the boys were approached by Klaas Dreijer, who had become a prominent figure in the underground.
And we stood there, not knowing really what to do, when a man approached us, and this man was Klaas Dreijer. He actually said to us that we must go to the barn, and he pointed that out far in the distance. Go to that barn, go inside, and I'll take care about some food for you, don't worry.
They were involved in passing Jewish people through the farm, hiding them on the farm, and then passing them on through the neighbors, through a network of neighbors, and that my dad was responsible for doing this during the cover of darkness.
I know my mom said once to me, you had to do what was right. You didn't have the choice. You had to do what was right.
After several weeks, Klaas felt it was too dangerous for the boys to stay. Everyone was talking about the boys in the barn. Eventually, Klaas took Joseph to the large farm of Jan and Martja Rozier, situated right next to his own. The Roziers treated Joseph as a son, providing him with food, shelter, and the companionship of a loving family. At the Roziers, Joseph came to know Elsje, the little girl he always believed to be Klaas and Jetske's child. It was only after the war that Klaas told Joseph,
"You know Elsie here?" I said, "Yes, what about Elsie?" He said, "Well, it's not my daughter." And he said, "No, it's one of yours. She's one of your people."
Klaas and Jetske Dreijer raised Elsje as their own, with complete love and devotion for 5 years. The little girl had been delivered to the home of Klaas and Jetske by members of the underground soon after Elsje's parents had pushed her out of the slats of a train destined for the concentration camps.
Many members knew that this was a Jewish girl, but nobody ever spoke about it. Mom had said many times if they were found out, they would be shot immediately. There would be no recourse on that.
At war's end, Klaas and Jetske learned that Elsje's parents had survived. While they were overjoyed to hear this good news, Jetske, in particular, was heartbroken to give up the girl she had grown to love as her daughter. The relationship between Elsje and Jetske remained strong, with phone calls and letters being exchanged for many years afterward. While Joseph suffered the painful loss of his father, stepmother, and brother, who perished during the Holocaust, along with over 75% of Holland's Jews, he and Elsje reaped the good fortune of knowing the brave hearts and loving kindness of righteous among the nations, Klaas and Jetske Dreijer.
At a time of great evil in Holland, at a time when the majority of people in Holland either chose to do nothing, or worse, collaborated with the Nazi occupiers, Klaas and Jetske Dreijer chose to act upon one of the most cherished values in Judaism. Their courageous acts at that time will now stand alongside the Talmud as examples of the good in humanity.